Welcome to Let's Talk Sport with Jamie Davis, Adam Davis and Luke Tanner, and today we're actually looking at a Twitter poll that we posted up recently on our Twitter account. If you do follow us on Twitter, it's at Let's Talk Sport 12, and we were asking you lot, what would the aim be for a top six club? So we're obviously more focusing on the Premier League side of things, whether it's Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Man United and Liverpool. Those are top six at the moment, and that is, would you either contend for the Premier League and Champions League? Basically, would you contend for a Champions League spot in the top four, or would you actually rather go for a trophy and have some silverware to celebrate at the end of the season? We've asked and you've answered, and 67% have gone for top four, as we kind of expected, and 33% went for winning the FA Cup or the League Cup. Because obviously Champions League, if you win that, you get a Champions League spot, and Europa League, you get a Champions League spot if you win that as well. So, guys, what do you think, Luke? I mean, there's no surprises there. It's got to that point where, as you said before, say the one word, do it in your...
It's money, money, money.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all money. It's all about the money. Unless you're like a mid-table club who aren't going to go down, that's where you go for a cup.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't understand Leicester fielding a weakened team against Newport, when the FA Cup was your only chance of silverware, because you ain't going to break into the top four, you're not going to win the league, so why did you bin off the FA Cup? But for Arsenal, Chelsea and United, because those are the three teams battling it out for fourth place, fourth place is crucial, because that's where the money is. That's where, if you're not in the top four, you don't attract the big players. That's what it's about now. It's establishing yourself as a big club. And you're not a big club if you're always in the Europa League. Arsenal fans, you're not a big club anymore, because you're always stuck in sixth place.
It's funny how you mention that, because Adam, I remember in the last few years of Arsene Wenger's Arsenal career, they had that. Well, I think he had the consistency for over 15 years at least, or even 20 years, where they'd always finish in the top four.
Yeah.
And he always kept doing that. But then, do you ever think sometimes if a club, we're not talking about any specific club at the moment, but if we want about a club that hadn't won a trophy in a very long time, do you think it gets to that point where they can look at it and think, actually, you know what, let's win the cup, let's get the fans happy, even if it doesn't mean a top four finish?
I mean, I understand with what you're saying, like getting into top four, because all big teams around that sort of thing should be aiming for that, but I also do think they should be aiming for the FA Cups, the League Cups and all that. You've always got to try, always play your best players.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. If you're a Premiership side and you're going over to a League One side, play your best players. You always do it, because if something happens and you play your weakened side, you play your under-19s and you get knocked out, then your job's in danger. Because then the fans will go, oh, we wanted that cup, we wanted something to happen.
Because at the end of the day, it's all, the fans only care about the silverware, because the money side, well, we don't see it, do we? As football fans, it means nothing to us. It's just the businessmen of a club.
It's like Liverpool fans getting on Klopp's back saying he's got to win the trophy. So it's like, I think Spurs and Liverpool need to win the trophy, because they're always finishing in the top four, but there's nothing to show progress.
And you guys haven't won a cup. Well, the League Cup was 2012, wasn't it?
Yeah, since we beat Cardiff on penalties. Yeah,
that's
so
what I mean. If you're not winning trophies, then your fans aren't going to be on your side, and you're in the high end of the league.
It's like Chelsea fans are being used to trophy, sack manager, trophy, sack manager, and that can only last for so long of a manager winning a trophy. I don't think Chelsea are going to win a trophy this season. I don't think they're good enough to win their Europa League. So, does that mean Sarri loses his job because he can't deliver silverware? Because he's Chelsea manager, he will be losing his job if he doesn't win a trophy. But for other managers, if Ollie doesn't win a trophy, is he going to lose his job?
Well,
Probably.
This is like, if we talk about Solskjaer's situation at the moment, Adam, he's not guaranteed top four yet, is he, mathematically or anything like that? He's still got to fight for it. But if they beat Chelsea and they go on to maybe win the FA Cup, that's at least a Europa League spot.
Yeah, that's why you should be focusing, because let's be honest, Man City at the moment are the best club in the whole of the English divisions, aren't they? Yeah. You got to face that, and you got to think, well, 99.9% of the time we're not going to win this league, so let's just go get every single trophy we can get our hands on, even if we have to.
And they could win the quadruple.
You could win the quadruple. You just go for it. If you don't go for it, you're never going to know.
Yeah.
And I can understand if they've got injuries or something like that. Say Salah is lightly injured and you don't want to risk bringing him back too early against a conference side because they're quite heavy hitters, then yes, I can understand that. But you're going for a trophy at the end of the day, trying to make your fans happy, trying to get yourself job security, trying to get yourself money for your club for the next year as well. So I can't see why people go in and then go, oh, you know, we'll play our youngest players or reserve team, we'll put these in, put that. We're not that bothered about the cup. Let's just go, let's focus on the league. Because you just focus on the league, you're giving nothing for the fans to support.
Well, anyway, let's wrap it up then. Luke, you're obviously thinking top 4, aren't you?
Unfortunately, it is top 4. The time of, like, let's win a trophy, that's slowly dying out. It's all about Champions League money.
Tell you what, just to add to that, do you think there needs to be more value in a cup competition then because of that? Or what can you do to change that?
I don't know. There was, like, making the FA Cup, like, put a Champions League place on it and lose a place in the league. But let's be honest, that's not going to happen.
Can you imagine if we did that in 2013 and Wigan won the FA Cup and they got a Champions League spot while in the Championship?
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
That'd be embarrassing for English football if that would happen. It's like the same with, like, because I think winning the League Cup got you in the Europa League.
It did, yeah.
And when Bradford got to the final, imagine Bradford being in the Europa League.
And they were League One at the time.
And they were League One, yeah. So, unfortunately, it's top 4. Unless you've got the deep enough squad, which City do have, to easily compete on all 4 fronts and still comfortably win the league or something, then that's where they go and win trophies because they know you're going to finish top 4. But for the teams like Arsenal, City, United, you're not guaranteed to finish top 4, and then if you put all your eggs in the cup basket and fail, and then you don't get into the Champions League, it's like sort of like, well, we're back to playing Thursday nights again.
Adam, wrapping up, do you prefer trophies over top 4?
Trophies. All right, unless they suddenly come out with a really rubbishy way of redoing the league, going, 1 to 4, have a trophy, all your teams. No, I gave a trophy.
Wenger survived off the 4th place trophy.
Always keep your fans happy no matter what.
I always find it funny in the Championship, if you win the Championship, obviously you get a trophy. But if you come second, you get some money, get no trophy to show for it. But then it's like, the playoff, they get a trophy and a lot more money. What? Strange. Anyway, that's our thoughts. What do you think below? Remember to comment below under our video and to subscribe for more for Let's Talk Sport. We'll see you all very soon.